What up, guys? So, a lot of you out there, some of you who are getting old, are getting to the point where your joints are starting to ache. And maybe some of you who are younger, like hitting your mid 20s, maybe even hitting your early 20s or late teens, are experiencing some joint pains. I'm 37 years old today, and I can tell you that I've gotten a lot of different types of aches and pains since I've hit 30 that have almost throw me for a loop, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, why is it taking me so much time to recover?" And the good thing is that as somebody who's not a spring chicken anymore, I'm still able to do a lot of the things that make me active because I've been able to take care of my body and figure out how to reduce a lot of the inflammation that's causing those aches and pains, and a lot of the inflammation that might be causing my joints um, to hurt and to reduce my joint mobility or to inhibit my ability to perform. And so, what I want to do today is just talk to you about some do's and don'ts of recovery, some do's and don'ts of reducing some of those aches and pains. Now, the biggest don't is this: don't take a pain reliever right after you work out. It's just dumb. In order to recover from a workout, you're going to need some inflammation in your body. So, if you're taking a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug right after your workout, you're shutting down that inflammation that's going to help to heal you after the workout. And if that happens, you might mask the pain for a few days, but what you'll be doing in the long run is really increasing the chance that you're going to get injured. You're also increasing the chance that your gut is going to get inflamed because a lot of these drugs are really harsh on the intestinal tract and really harsh on the gut microbiome. So, what we want to do is to figure out ways of enhancing our natural recovery process, naturally reducing inflammation, while also really getting our central nervous systems to work for us. So, one of the big things that I do right after a jiu-jitsu workout or right after a hard training session or right after a hard conditioning session is I take an ice cold shower. Basically, what that does is it peaks the central nervous system, gets it to start to work for us, raises my core body temperature, allows me to feel a little bit more awake, but also helps reduce inflammation in different areas of the body. I'll also ice different areas of my body that are more sore than others. For instance, today I've been icing my knee all day long. The other thing is, and you don't want to do this right after you work out, but at some point in your day, you want to get some anti inflammatories into your diet. I'm talking about omega 3s, right? So, a really good triglyceride form, fish oil, or you could use flax or a vegan source of omega 3s. But I go with fish oil or krill oil. Can really help you with your joints, can really help with those aches and pains, and not shut down inflammation to the point where it's going to inhibit your recovery. You still don't want to take it immediately after a workout or too close to a workout because it can still inhibit some of that recovery process if you take it too close. But taking it before bed, for instance, could really help you with your recovery process and get you on the path to feeling 100%. Um, for extreme aches and pains or injuries, whenever I have an injury or a really bad headache, I try to stay away from Advil or any of those other types of NSAIDs, and I go with something called phenocaine. Now, phenocaine is basically a really concentrated form of curcumin, which curcumin is a very concentrated form of turmeric, and curcumin has curcuminoids in it. These really help with reducing inflammation, leveling out insulin, and they it really actually helps to reduce your headache. It really helps reduce joint pain. And again, you don't want to be taking this close to a workout at all. And I'm just going to show you what that looks like. Phenocaine. Um, Another thing you really want to do in your diet is to avoid omega-6 fatty acids as much as possible. Of course, you're going to need to have some of them in your diet, but the problem with our food system today is that there's so much omega-6 in almost everything we eat. Now, omega-6 mostly comes from vegetable-based oils, right? So if you're using vegetable oil to cook, that's not a very good thing. I would opt for, coconut oil or olive oil. Vegetable oil, the label vegetable oil, is usually derived from plants that have a very high omega-6 content. And what they're doing is they're concentrating that down. And remember, omega-6 in the body raises inflammation, omega-3 reduces inflammation. So you really want to make sure that your ratios there are sufficient so that you're not going to be putting yourself too far on the inflammatory side of things. So avoid the vegetable oils, avoid packaged food that contains a lot of omega 6. So hydrogenated oils and some of the other polyunsaturated fats that they include in a lot of prepackaged foods can really do a lot to raise your inflammatory levels. I'm not saying never to eat them, but I'm saying it might not be the best thing to eat one of those prepackaged foods with tons of hydrogenated oils right after a squat workout where you're super sore. It's only going to extend your time and increase your potential for getting injured down the line. Similarly, if you've got like a big event or a big session coming up, you probably want to avoid that kind of stuff as well. So allow yourself to get some really good food in there. Allow yourself to get some good anti-inflammatory food in there, but don't load yourself up with super processed stuff prior to a hard workout or a hard athletic event that you've got to go for, especially for you younger guys playing football. Um, and of course, make sure you're getting lots of sleep and drinking lots of water because the body needs both of those. One, needs sleep to help you to repair, but two, it needs water as a medium for all of your nutrition to get processed in. So, hope this was helpful. I don't know how many of you guys out there experience a lot of aches and pains and things like that. These are just some things that I found helpful. If you guys have your own suggestions, don't be afraid to put them down in the comments. If you think anything I said was screwed up, don't be afraid to let me know. I'm always happy to hear that. And looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. If you want to see more of my awesome content, check out chrisalbertfitness.com, warriorsoulagoji.com, or warriorsoulfitness.com. I will talk to you again soon. Peace.